Libra, to your angel messages reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe, guys. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get in there and see the best messages. One zero 1 1, or you can say 1011. It could be 1011 on the clock a lot. You could be seeing that, right? Saying, hey, it's always 1011. What's going on? Okay, or I do see a lot of, maybe it's 1110, right? However it is. Or maybe it's just 111. However that is, but you could also be seeing this a lot like on license plate numbers. It could be, man, I was just at the store the other day and my receipt said 1011 or 1110. You can even see it backwards, right? Take action, hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, and spiritual awakening. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. So it's telling you, well, it's time to take action, my friends. It's like you're on your way to doing what you need, but I need to see more action. So I'm pushing you to take more action. Why do you keep telling me this, right? Because that's what they're trying to tell you. That's what the 1011 means. Okay, time for action. Okay, so let's get a numerology card over here. This message, please, coming out on that is 44, environment. You might be seeing 44. And the environmental card, let's see why that's coming out. Tell us what 44 is, Spirit. It says this card indicates a time to focus on environmental awareness by educating yourself about what's going on behind the scenes. Honor Mother Earth as a living, breathing entity and recognize that we are privileged to be here as her guests. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to dig deep and look beyond the surface to questions whether your personal or political decisions are in the best interest to the planet Earth. I show respect for Mother Earth and align myself with Source. Maybe you haven't sat outside next to the tree, really get your feet into the earth. I also am feeling that as well. Like maybe it's time to get out to that beach, get out into nature. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. Let's grab a couple of cards. 37, time out. And another one, please. Surrender, 91. Okay, so we'll start with the time out over here. And you might be seeing a lot of 37s. You might even be seeing a lot of 91s or 19, something of that nature. Okay, so like I said, take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, throw it away. If it doesn't click, then it's just going to cause confusion. You're going to try to set something somewhere where it's like, that's not for me, but I'm trying to fit it, you know what I mean? I'm trying to fit it in. But don't fit it in because it means it wasn't for you. So let's go straight to time out. Okay, so if you guys don't resonate with that one, go ahead and try this one, right? Because I feel like the time out is a big one for many, and surrender also feels really big. So the time out is time to take care of your time out from your busy schedule. It's just pretty much self-care. Okay. If you're feeling a little stressed, it's time for self-care. It's time to take, but then it's crazy because it even says, if you've been under stress of any kind or have been spending time in a negative or toxic environment, what the? I was going to wrap it together anyways. That's crazy. It did say environment. Now we're saying time out from the environment. Maybe, okay. So now it's going to push that environment right back at you anyways. That's so trippy how it does that. You know what I mean? It's like we read it as one, but then we put it with something else, and then it says, oh, but No matter what, that environment is still important, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel stressed out from the environment, you must remove yourself from the situation to heal and recharge, which is surrender. Wow, so they're all going to go together. You can't make that shit up. That's so crazy. So then what you're doing is you're surrendering. You're surrendering to saying that this is because you need to take action where action is going. So the taking action is taking action to where you're going to uplift your life. But hey, I need you to surrender and take time out from that busy schedule so that you can take action where that action is needed. That action is more like a self-care, a time out. A fresh start of lifestyle for that spiritual awakening. So surrender to things that, feel negative. So the environment could just be, right, the stress of the environment. Wow, that's so cool. Okay. Let's get another card over here and see underneath environment what it has to say. I'm kind of interested now. That's so cool how I put it together. It's like, okay, well, if you don't worry about recycling, then I just want you to say, hey, you know what? I'm stressed out from this situation. I need time out from that environment. Nothing is impossible. Open to the unexpected. You'll find a way. Looking at it from a different point of view. Not forgotten. Messages from spirit, unbroken connection. Connecting yourself to what environment you need. Taking a step away from the environment, because I'm telling you that's the majority. Now there's the majority thereof. Stepping away from the environment will therefore allow you to have that spiritual type of awakening, allowing yourself to be more peace of mind so that you can get to the purpose of what it is for that new beginning. So it's a surrender. I just feel like they're saying you're overworking yourself to death. You need that time to surrender. You don't have to push so hard. You're taking action is for time out of self-care. You're pushing yourself to death. It's coming together, precision. So therefore, then it will all come together in balance. So what it's really saying is there's an imbalance. So it's pretty much saying when you know it's time to rest, instead of pushing yourself to the over limit, take the time to rest. Right? If you know that the environment is stressing you out, or you're with somebody who stresses you out, who's within that environment, and you're like, oh, you're frustrating me, take that time away. Separate yourself from the situation. Allow the body to heal so that you can get yourself back to balance. Beautiful. Putting yourself back together over here is pretty much the Two of Cups. Lie back, rest, and relax. That's exactly what it is, my friends. That's exactly what it is. It's time to relax a little. You've been pushing. It's almost the end of the year. Around the end of the year, it's kind of funny. I always notice the beginning of the year, we push ourselves so hard because we're like, it's new year. I've got these resolutions. I'm ready to rock and roll. We're going to make some money. We're going to get out there. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to look badass for the summer. I'm going to, see what I'm saying? You have all this stuff going on there. You're pushing yourself. By the time the end of the year comes, it's kind of like, well, I didn't do this and I didn't accomplish that. So I feel like I only got 2 or 3 months left. I'm really going to drive that rod, right? I'm really going to drive it. I'm going to drive it home. But the problem is that now you have this, right? You have this drive to drive it home, but you're over driving. Anytime we overdrive, we're tired. Kind of like on a long trip, you want to make it from here to there. It takes this long. You're like, but I'll drive it all. Right? By the time you get there, you're like halfway there. You're like, oh my God, I should have stopped at a motel. I'm freaking tired as shit. Right? Not enough. Right? Overdriving. So it's like you're overdriving. You're like what I call far beyond driven. And so it's saying you're just wearing and tearing yourself out for the outcome. So it's time to surrender and allow yourself to get some time out. You're pushing too hard. You're becoming a workhorse. But it's a different kind of drive, and it's a different kind of workhorse from the beginning of the year. Because this one's saying, I'm tired, but I got to reach the goal. The other one's like, I'm passionate, I'm driven, I'm ready to rock, and I'm not tired because I'm ready to go. And this one's saying, God, it's been forever, but I got to keep going. No time for lunch. I don't have time for lunch. I don't have time for a nap. I don't have time. I got to do this, because I've given myself a time limit, right? We're going to have them Christmas gifts. We're going to have a badass Christmas. We're going here. You see what I'm saying? And whatever it is, right? I'm going to get that Christmas bonus. And if I don't make it now, we won't get a Christmas bonus. I used to work a job that used to do that around this time of the year. We would drive ourselves so hard because we knew that if we made this much money for the company, we'd all get a really good Christmas bonus. So we would drive hard, right? We would just work, and we would put overtime in, and we work, open up for Saturdays, and, just trying to do that. So that was totally overdriven. But we realized by the time Monday came, after Saturday being open and half day Sunday, we were so tired Monday because we're just overworking, and just totally driven to succeed, trying to get all these things going. I was a medical biller, so, I was just trying to get all these, let's get them all in. You got to stack this high. There's only 3 of us, and we each got to stack this high, and we're like trying our hardest, and we're like, come on, show us the money, It's not a joke. I mean, this is what we did. And I tell you, by the time Christmas came, we made that $500 bonus, and everybody got a $500 bonus because we made the $3 million mark for the year, right? So it was like, yeah, but we killed ourselves doing it, right? And that's what you're doing, right? You're trying to kill yourself. So it says, success expands in your life for the gates of triumph. So you're going to make this, but you need to surrender and slow down a little bit to catch your breath. Because no matter what, it says you are the valiant. Look at you go. And look at you go. Literally, this is the valiant courage over here. Courage. This is the same as the, Knight of Wands. Sorry. Knight of Wands. Right? Because he's valiant. He's got the courage. He's ready to rock. Take action with passion. And that's exactly what you're doing. It's saying you don't have to not be passionate. It just means that if you really want the new beginning, I just need you to slow down a little bit because you're overworking the mind body. The soul is fine. It almost feels like your soul has to keep up. So it's like, the soul's like, slow down, I'm trying to keep up over here. We're not eating right, we're not sleeping right, we're go, 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 go. More caffeine, more coffee, more coffee, more coffee, right? Maybe a rock star, Red Bull, right? However it is. A lot of people work like that, though. You guys are from, I don't even know if it's just a United States thing. It could be a Canadian thing, probably a UK thing. It's probably a worldwide thing. It just feels like no matter what we're doing, we're working. If you're awake, you're at work. It's like, no, now they're saying take that bubble bath that you've been wanting to take. I ain't got time for a bubble bath. That takes minutes. I gotta take a shower. I got 5 minutes. Gotta go. Eat and run. Desert passage. Trust there's a divine path for you and plan for you. Just gotta slow it down a little. You're running out of fuel. That coffee can only last so long in your system before, what goes up goes down. See, is it going to say slow and steady wins the race in this one? Because it almost feels like that's what it's saying. You're moving courageously, and you need to move more moderately, but I'm also I'm hearing it. If we get the Knight of Coins, it will not surprise me because it says you need to move more moderately, but why am I feeling slow and steady wins the race? Right now you're having a personal, careful, you're wearing yourself out. The wear and tear. Collapse. The collapse is going to end up more delayed, causing more delays from moving too fast than getting what you need. but you need the Fool's journey. There's that zero coming in for the zero of the Fool. That's where the new beginning is coming in. That's where the fresh new start is coming in. That's where you need to slow down, take the time out so that you can feel fresh again. Starting the new day with a new fresh, right? It's going to take, I do feel you guys are going to need a weekend off, so you need to replenish. That way you feel fresh again. Getting to this new opportunity. Right? Overcoming the challenge as the new vision, but seeing it from a different perspective. Yeah, what did I say? Because slow and steady is going to win the race. So it doesn't mean that you're still not going to be the Knight of Wands. I want you to be the Knight of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. I want you to take action with passion, but I want you to do it moderately because you have all this courage to do so. Yet, I want you to be more slow and steady to win the race. If you're moving too fast, mistakes may happen. Spirit says, I don't want mistakes to happen. Or maybe too many mistakes have happened. Or are getting ready to happen. For your wish come true, but you have to slow down because you're a workhorse. Obsession with work. So they're just saying it's time to slow down so that we can get what we need. Right? Beautiful reading, my friends. That's what the whole point is. Go, go, go. Go, go, gadget. Create healthy boundaries with those around you. Well, that's interesting because we also talked about that as well. If you feel like you're standing around somebody who, is stressing you out within the environment, you need to take a stand back. Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. Devote yourself to discovering the highest truths. The highest truth in this situation is you can only go so strong and so far until you have to slow down. Don't be afraid to slow down, as this is when you can make real inner changes. You can make the real changes at your work, make the real changes around you by slowing down. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay? Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.